Ciao ragazzi, hello everybody, welcome back, welcome to the channel. You know me by then, I hope so. we are still going with our interviews for the Road to Clash, the big event for House Worlds in Milan. And today we have another very special guest, Benedict from Austria. Welcome, Benedict.
Hello.
Welcome. Another one of our neighbors from here from Italy. We had Kazim from Switzerland. We had Guillaume from France. I'm not sure we will have somebody from Slovenia. It would be the whole like neighboring countries. But yeah. So we will get to know everything about Austria and Age of Sigmar and how you guys play and how it works for you guys. And I'm really interested in the if it's going to be similar to how the people in Switzerland play and how it's organized. So let's dive into it. My first question, as always, it's the very basic one. How did you start playing Warhammer? What was it like for you?
Oh, I started playing Warhammer at the ripe old age of 14. I was just hanging around in one afternoon after school in like early September, something like that. I was wandering around the city and I saw a store that had just opened called Games Workshop.
Huh?
And I wandered in there and I had a nice chat with the store owner there. He's a very good friend of mine now.
Mm-hmm.
And he just told me, yeah, this is the game. These are the miniatures. Look at this guy. He has an axe and a cool little helmet and everything. And I was immediately captivated by it. I'm a very big fan of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and all the nerdy stuff.
Yes.
The classics, basically. And just Warhammer in general pulled me in immediately. But I didn't start out with Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
The first miniature I painted was, what are they called? One of the blood letters? The Blood Reavers. Blood Reavers, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was very interested in Age of Sigmar at first, simply because I liked the models and the design of them. But then a friend of mine joined in on the fun, and he was all about 40K. And so after talking with him and talking with other people, I realized that the 40K scene was a little bit bigger, since Age of Sigmar was, I don't know, about half a year old at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first 1.5 to 2 years, I basically only played 40K, Space Marines, Mechanicum, everything in between. And then funny actually, one summer I had nothing to do. I was fresh out of my summer job, had a little bit of money on the side, and then the second edition of Age of Sigmar released with the new box set with like the Stormcasts, the Wizards, and everything. Those were the models that really got me into Age of Sigmar. And I got 4 boxes or something of the starter kit just to get enough of the evocators, because I love those guys.
Yeah,
and
cool.
That's basically what got me into Age of Sigmar.
Nice. So you went all in for the Stormcasts.
Yeah, for the first part of my Age of Sigmar career.
Cool. And how did it evolve over time?
Well, as I said, I started with collecting Stormcasts for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, after which I got really tired of painting Anvils of the Heldenhammer.
Oh, but that's a cool scheme, I'd say.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
It is really fun, but at some point it's not a challenge anymore.
All right.
And then I started playing Beasts of Chaos.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is really one of the rarer armies to play, I'd like to say.
Yes.
Simply because the models are old and not really that dynamic, and they don't really appeal to new players.
Yes.
But I personally just love the lore. It's just the drunk goatmen that you have in your backyard of the realms. They pop up everywhere and they're just there.
Yeah.
And I started collecting those, and they've been a passion project for me ever since.
Cool.
And over the past few months, I've been eyeing Hedonites of Slaanesh.
Oh, well.
So I'm going down the Chaos route at the moment.
Nice. Yeah. You really go through an open door, because I'm a huge Slaanesh fan. And yeah, Abyss of Chaos, it's a really cool army. And it's true what you said, because I've been playing for like almost 5 years now, I think. And between tournaments and just regular club games, I've only played once against Beasts of Chaos. And it's it's been the rarest of armies that I've ever played against. So yeah, but I think it's a really cool army because first of all, no one plays them. And I mean, you gotta love an underdog army like them, and they've got this really cool, like, MSU play style with lots of screens, lots of goats popping up everywhere. I think they're a really cool army, and they should be a cool army for 3rd edition as well.
But something that's also overlooked most of the time with Beasts of Chaos is they can go elite as well. Dragon Ogres and Bulgors and everything,
True.
Cygors and Gorgons. Those things can wreck the table if you bring enough of them, or if you can summon them by just collecting enough points.
True, yeah. The one time I played it was versus someone that played them, I think, kind of the wrong way, because he had lots of big units of Bastigors, which are strong, but I think big units are too keen to battle shock. And he had also some Zangor Enlightened on disc, but he used them way too aggressively. He charged a screen of mine, and then I proceeded to wipe them off the table in the following turn. They're very, very, they're not an easy army to master, I think. Yeah.
Something that's I think something that the army has as its core is bestial cunning. You need to know when to be aggressive, when to hold back, how to manage your leadership with the herd stone, because that cancels leadership tests and everything. And if you play it right, you can really produce a frightening army that can just steamroll your opponent, be it with the Ungor Raiders with hundreds of bows that can reroll hits and everything, or just mixing in Zangors and stuff like that. It's a very diverse army, and I love the models, even though they're old.
Very cool army. They should get some love, definitely.
Cool. 3rd edition.
Yeah, let's hope so. So talking about your country, how did you end up playing competitive Age of Sigmar, since you kind of started with the 2nd edition pretty much? And also, can you talk about a little to us about how is the match play scene organized? How do you guys go around for tournaments or events?
Well, what got me into competitive Age of Sigmar was this store owner I mentioned already. He organized a few tournaments out of the Games Workshop store, which was usual, I believe. But on one tournament, I barely missed 3rd place. I placed 4th with my Anvils of the Heldenhammer. Those ballistas, spammed 3 of those with repeating shots, Anvil of the Heldenhammer, mowing down most units. But yeah, I was really frustrated to get 4th place. That was something that sort of ignited a fire within me that told me, hey, you can do better. This is good. This is great. Next tournament, you're gonna sweep them off your feet. And over the next few months, I built up my Beast of Chaos force. Then the next tournament rolled around. I got 2nd place in that with my beasts.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, well, this is great. This is good. And then the tournament scene died down a little bit because in my region, the store owner was one of the few people that organized tournaments.
Right.
And after that tournament, he had to leave the store because of personal reasons, and the tournament scene sort of died down. But after that, a few courageous people just said, okay, we miss playing against other people. We're going to organize a tournament, and it's going to be great. And they started a regional sort of tournament that pulls all sorts of players from Tyrol and Vorarlberg, so the western part of Austria. together for a big tournament. And I've been doing that ever since they started. And the last tournament, which was in September, I joined, I played, and I made third place with Stormcast Eternals again.
Nice.
But this time with 12 Dracolines.
Oh.
Which was hard, but I managed it. And this is the funny part about the tournament scene in Age of Sigmar, in Austria at least. Since there is quite a distance between the closest games workshops, for example, the one here in Innsbruck in Tyrol is the only one in Western Austria. The next one would be Salzburg, which is 200 or more kilometers away. And so the tournament scene is quite split, actually. We have sort of an Eastern Austrian part where there are a lot of wargamers that are playing casually, and sometimes there's a big tournament in close to Vienna or in the neighboring cities. And then there's Western Austria, where it's a somewhat competitive scene, I'd like to say, with privately organized tournaments. And yeah, we also invite people from Bavaria, so the southern part of Germany, and sometimes also a few Swiss people show up to this tournament. And yeah, it's a very mixed bag, actually.
I think that's a huge benefit, because with this kind of mixed bag situations, you get lots of the diversity, and from lots of diversity comes lots of fun and interesting situations, I think. So it sounds like a pretty cool situation for you guys.
It definitely is. Something that I've noticed over the past few years with the changes in the meta, with new releases coming out, new battle tomes, and FAQs and such, the armies don't really change. People tend to stick to what they have and to what they like. For example, I know I have a friend who has been playing the High Elves ever since second edition rolled around, and has been playing them ever since. And now with the new techless stuff and such, I'm not quite sure what he's doing at the moment, but he might switch it up, go back to his Cities of Sigmar and such.
Yeah.
It's very diverse. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he play them in the Grand Alliance order?
Yes, he did.
Cool. Wow, that's a ballsy move, I would say. But shows the love for the faction, probably.
Yeah, people really tend to get passionate for their factions here. I have a friend who plays the Gloomspite Gits.
Right.
Passionately. He loves them with all of his heart. He has like 6,000 or 7,000 points of Gloomspite Gits. And he just, when you play against him while he plays his Gloomspite Gits, you know he's energetic. He loves the play style. He can deal with everything, and he's much more active and in a better mood than when he plays his Caradron Overlords, for example. Or another friend of mine has been playing Sylvaneth ever since they were released.
Yes.
And he even plays them now that they've sort of fallen off a little bit.
Yeah. Let me show you something right here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. It was the first army that I picked up. And yeah, it's not the only army I own right now, but the one that really holds my heart.
Yeah, I think every player has one army that they have as a passion project, and one army they have as a powerhouse army, so to speak.
Yeah, it's the best situation is for me, I guess, choosing from your heart and from the play style as much as possible, because when I just can't buy an army that I just don't enjoy, even just placing on the table. All the armies that I own are just something that I am passionate about, even just from the miniature or lore's point of view. So it's really cool to see how you guys can put together the passion aspect of the the hobby and the competitive side of it. It's just a really like 365 degrees kind of a view of the hobby and the play, the really like going into the match play, just not forgetting about all the painting and all the hobby. Like the like Guillaume from France told me, like they don't really care that much about the hobby. Meanwhile, I think that's a pretty important part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something that I believe most people sort of ignore and fall short on. It's just the enjoyment of the game. I've played against, we do have these players here, don't get me wrong, but they're far and few between. So whenever I play against one of those guys, I know that I can stand behind my army and look him in the eyes and say, I know I've already won this battle because I enjoy sending hundreds of goats at you more than you do by shooting them from out of your airships or by running at them with your Daughters of Cain or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that is something that I have told the people that are on the team, that my first intention sort of for not only Worlds, but in general, that I think most people should adopt is enjoyment always comes first. If you have an army that you know you can play, that you know the rules well of, that you know how to maneuver and react to other armies, then please play that army. If you're passionate about it, please do. In the end, it's not about winning, it's about the experience you have. If you win, that's just a positive aspect. And if you get a bad result, well, what could go wrong the next time you try?
Yeah.
What could go worse?
Yeah, it can only get better.
Yeah.
Cool. And is this a principle that you took also into the organization of the team for the former ETC team and the House Worlds team today?
Well, funny enough, there was no real Austrian team before I took it upon myself to say, hey, I heard they're organizing this AOS Worlds thing. There is no Austrian team on there. Does anybody want to do it? And then a couple of people said, nah, they don't know if anybody has reached out to them yet, and this and that and the other. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna write an email. And I wrote Quasim an email like saying, hey, this is me. I'm Benedict. I'm an Austrian Age of Sigmar player. Is there an Austrian Age of Sigmar Worlds team? ? And the next thing I knew, I was added to the Discord and introduced as, okay, guys, this is Benedict. This is the captain of the Austrian team. I was like, okay.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. But to be honest, it's not a big deal. I love it. It's something I can be passionate about. I can put energy in, and yeah. Finding the players, on the other hand, for the team, that was a bit more difficult. Since I'm very young, I'm 20 years old, I've just started to study at university, I have all the time in the world. Most players in Austria are a little bit on the older end, older end, I say, as if 40 is old.
Okay, yeah.
But they're all people with responsibilities, with husbands, wives, jobs, kids, responsibilities in general. And to find people who are willing to dedicate a week or almost a week of their time to just play Warhammer Age of Sigmar is difficult, to say the least.
Yeah.
The people are interested, the people are willing to play. I think I texted about, I don't know, 18 people, other the best Age of Sigmar players in Austria and friends I personally knew. And most of them were like, yeah, I'm interested, but maybe next year because that doesn't line up with my schedule. I was finally able to convince a few of my closer comrades to join me. I know every single one of them personally. I've played against most of them already. And otherwise, they're friends more than just the best players, really. Even
Yeah.
though they're really good players, and don't want to underplay that.
Yeah, sure. That's cool. That sounds like that's a really like friendship spirit behind the team. Like you guys sound really like a really close group of friends. That's
Mhm.
that's that's
And that was
yeah, that's not easy to find because yeah, I mean either there's like lots of people and you can just choose your friends, or yeah, or maybe your friends don't play or are not probably the best suited persons to take for this sort of event, or not ready to engage in such an endeavor.
Mhm.
But I think it's a really like rare and cool situation that you managed to create. To I mean, if I think about it, the idea of taking all my closest friends to this event would be like, it first of all, it's cool as just as an event in general, and then like living it with all your closest friends would be like the perfect the perfect dream. Like,
Mhm. Well, it's one thing to keep in mind that it is a competitive sort of event. First and foremost is that everybody that partakes knows what they're doing and has fun with what they're doing.
mm-hmm.
I know tons of people that have fun with what they're playing. I have a friend that loves to run Skaven, hundreds and hundreds of Skaven. Or my other close friend, she just plays so many skinks. It makes me physically ill.
Ah,
But in the end, there's a difference between, okay, I can table an enemy easy. I know how to play objectives. I know how to circumvent certain strategies. I have the grand picture in mind, and it's just playing chess. Really, it's really complicated chess,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I just know how to play the game. Where most of the people that I love to play with, I love to play against, are not those people.
Mm-hmm,
The people I love to play against are the people that say, okay, this is going to be stupid if I charge with this unit into that Gorgon who has all of his wounds and all of his attacks and everything, but it's going to be really hilarious.
yeah.
and I know that, and I enjoy this play style. I can enjoy both aspects of the game in the competitive scene with the tactical genius behind every single move, behind every single placement. For example, okay, if I place my barge here, then the disembark can get these units to here, that unit in range to dispel that, and this and this and this plays together so that this is the potential outcome. As well as the playstyle that I have in casual games, which is like, okay, this unit looks scary. This unit either puts out so much damage that it kills that unit, or it dies itself. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to play like with a lighter mind, because sometimes we get too much too focused on just trying to win and trying to play as best as we can. And it happened to me not so long ago to play a game like this and to be just having fun with a friend, and it was really like refreshing. It's like probably the word, because it's fun to compete. It's fun to try and be the best as we can, but it's also so much fun to just play for the funs. We should never forget about it, I think.
Yeah, and it's not only the playing that should be fun, it's also the hobby itself.
Yes.
Because if you have beautiful models and they have the worst rules in existence, I'm not going to name names here, but as soon as 3rd edition rolls around, Keeper of Secrets,
Don't tell me about it.
Yeah, you still should have fun in other aspects of the game. For example, I've magnetized my first miniature a couple of weeks ago with the Keeper of Secrets. It was a totally new hobbying experience for me. I've never done it before, and I enjoy it.
Cool.
And it's fun. And converting miniatures, smashing together a chaos spawn out of spare bits. Painting, I love to paint. I would say I'm a good painter. I would go so far to say as I'm one of the better painters, but I get such an enjoyment out of it, out of painting models, that it doesn't matter to me if the model is good on the tabletop or bad. It's just, this model is pretty. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this and I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. Yeah, it's cool to have this talk, because we had lots of like match play focused interviews and kind of logistical talks and all of that. But it's fun to remember us and all the listeners and the viewers that even though it's gonna be like the World Cup of humor and whatnot, we're just gonna be there to have lots of fun, and both at the tables and outside and whatever, when we go out or when we have a break and we just get along together. And I think it should be a really cool event with this right sort of good spirit inside of it.
Yeah, I have to say that even though I am a captain of a team, I have a responsibility towards my team, towards the country I represent, and any other things that might come into play here. First and foremost, I'm a hobbyist.
Yes.
Which means I will go to the event, I will look at cool miniatures, I will play nice games, and afterwards I'll go drinking.
Yes.
With these people. And
yes,
it's incredible. I love it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be, it might just be that everybody's just a little bit socially awkward because we're nerds, we're Warhammer players, you know. But in the end, it's not what divides us as players, be it countries, play styles, competitive spirit, or anything. It's more what brings us together, that we geek out over miniatures, that we just love being stupid about certain things. We love building, we love painting, we love playing, we like the game and what it stands for as a uniting sort of force, be it during the singles event or during the Worlds event. I'm already looking forward to everything, and I cannot wait.
Cool.
I am so hyped.
Will you be there for the singles as well?
Of course.
Nice. And we might play together. Who knows? We're gonna be like 1,000, but we will see. We will see.
I convinced one of my friends to join. That's the person that just loves to play his Gloomspite Gids. And in every tournament I've played so far in my whole career here in Austria, I have always played against him at least once during those tournaments.
Cool.
And it was not like the first round where you get to issue a challenge or something to another player. It's late in the tournament, like the second to last game. And I already know for the singles event when we'll both be there and it's 160 odd people or something, I know that at some point during the tournament, we will play against one another.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. And it shall be epic as ever. I mean, probably even better, because I mean, the event is kind of unique, so it should be even cooler. Awesome. Cool. I think we had a really like special and interesting interview today, and I think the listeners should be enjoying it as well. In closing it out, I just wanted to thank you, and just renewing the hype for the event, because it's closer and closer as time goes by. And do you have any closing thoughts? Anything else you wanted to share with us?
Well, first of all, the thanks should go to you. You're doing a great job with these interviews. I've been enjoying them quite a bit. The team also enjoys these interviews a lot. And I just have to say that the organization is great for the event. Milan will be a super event stage for everything. And I cannot wait. You do not know how giddy I am about this event. I'm
awesome.
like a child that is promised to go to the candy shop in like a week or something, and I cannot wait.
Cool. Well, let's share this great spirit with everybody else. And thank you so much for your kind words. I know all the guys in the organization are working their asses off from day one. So yeah, it should really pay out for all of us. And yeah, let's see if we will play together. We should have lots of fun, Kate. Even if we don't, I will be checking out your game with against your friends with Gloomspite Kids. I will be passing by just to see if that finally happens. If like it's foretold, it has been foretold. But yeah, okay, man. Thank you again. Thank you so much. And we're really getting close to it. And yeah, we'll keep the hype up. And we will keep in touch. Yeah. Yes. Amazing. Okay, Benedict. Have a great night, and we'll keep in touch for sure.
You too. Take care.
All right, man. Thank you.